Hello everyone, this is Dharamveer sir here. So today we are going to continue with chapter 10 of grade 12 maths, which is vector algebra. And the topic of this video is the operations on vectors, that is addition of vectors, subtraction of vectors, and product of vectors. Okay, so let's start. Now first we have addition of vectors. So we have two different laws for vector addition. First one is triangle law of vector addition. In the figure we have a triangle ABC. You can see that we have vector AB and vector BC. So if we add a vector AB and vector BC, we get the resultant vector as vector AC. Now the condition for the addition of two vectors is that the initial point of one vector should be the terminal point of the other vector. As in the figure AB, the point B is the terminal point of vector AB, and the same point B is the initial point for vector BC. So if this condition is satisfied, only then we can apply the triangle law of vector addition. Okay, so pause and note down this point. Next we have parallelogram law of vector addition. So if we have two vectors, vector A and vector B, representing the adjacent sides of a parallelogram, as in the figure, vector A and vector B are the vectors assigned to the adjacent sides. Vector A is OA and BC, and vector B is AC and OB. Then the resultant of the addition, that is vector A plus vector B, will be along the diagonal of the parallelogram. Okay, so the diagonal OC will be equal to vector A plus vector B. This is called the parallelogram law of vector addition. Clear? So pause and note down this point. Now we have some properties of vector addition. First one is commutative properties. That the addition of two vectors A and B follows commutative property. That is vector A plus vector B will be equal to vector B plus vector A. So we can add two vectors in any order. Next we have the associative property, that is the addition of three vectors A, B, C can be done in any order. That is, first we can group A and B, add C, and then we can take A plus and group B plus C. Clear? So the addition of vectors follows commutative as well as associative property. Pause and note down this point. Next we have the components of vector. So on the three-dimensional Cartesian plane we have axes OX, OY and OZ. So taking the points A, B and C at unit distances from the origin, so that the coordinates of point A are 1, 0, 0, coordinate of point B 0, 1, 0, and coordinate of point C is 0, 0, 1. So OA, magnitude of OA will be equal to 1, magnitude of OB equals to 1, and magnitude of OC will be equal to 1. Now these three vectors OA and OB and OC having magnitude 1 are called the unit vectors along the axis. Now along x-axis this is called I, along y-axis this is j, and along z-axis this is k. Clear? So these are the three components along the x, y and z axis. So pause and note down this point. So if we have two vectors A and B given by a1i plus a2j plus a3k and b1i plus b2j plus b3k, then the sum or the resultant of the vectors A and B is given by vector A plus vector B will be equal to adding their corresponding elements, that is a1 plus b1 into I plus a2 plus b2 into j plus a3 plus b3 into k. The difference of the vectors will be given by a minus b equals to a1 minus b1i plus a2 minus b2j plus a3 minus b3k. And the vectors A and B are equal, or any two vectors are equal only if their corresponding parts are equal, that is the coefficients of I are equal, coefficient of j are equal, and coefficient of k are equal. So the vectors A and B will be equal if a1 equals to b1, a2 equals to b2 and a3 equals to b3. Clear? So pause and note down these points. Now if we have 2 points p1 and p2 and we have to find the vector joining these 2 points, then the p1 p2 vector, initial point is p1 and terminal point is p2, is given by x2 minus x1i plus y2 minus y1j plus z2 minus z1k, and the magnitude is obtained by the distance formula. So magnitude of p1 p2 will be equal to under root x2 minus x1 square plus y2 minus y1 square plus z2 minus z1 square. Clear? So if we have vector p1 p2, then p2 is terminal, p1 initial, so terminal minus initial. If we have p2 p1, then p1 is terminal and p2 is initial. Remember this point. Okay, so pause and note down this point. Next we have section formula. We have learned about section formula in grade 11th also and 10th also, you can say. Now section formula, if we have the position vector of r, that which is a point dividing the line segment joining two vectors p and q in two different parts. In the first figure it is internal division, that point r is in between p and q, and in the second figure it is external division, that is the point r is outside the line segment pq, dividing pq in the ratio m ratio n externally and internally. So in case of internal, that is if the ratio m ratio n internally, then the position vector r of the point r is obtained by na plus mb upon m plus n, and if it is external division, then the position vector of point r is obtained by mb minus m na upon m minus n. Okay, so pause and note down this formula. So keeping all these points in mind, let's start exercise 10.2, and the question 1 is compute the magnitude of the following vectors. We have vector a, vector b and vector c. Now vector a is equal to I plus j plus k. So the magnitude of a equals to under root 1 square plus 1 square plus 1 square is root 3. Vector b is 2i minus 7j minus 3k. So magnitude of vector b equals to under root 2 square plus minus under root 7 square plus minus under root 3 square, which is equal to under root 62. And vector c is 1 upon root 3i plus 1 upon root 3j minus 1 upon root 3k. So the magnitude of vector c will be equal to under root 1 upon root 3 square plus 1 upon root 3 square plus minus 1 upon root 3 square, which will be equal to 1. It is very simple. Magnitude of vector c under root a square plus b square plus c square. A, b, c are the coefficients of I, j and k. Clear? So pause and note down the solution. Moving to question 3. Write two different vectors having same direction. Now we have to write two vectors who have the same direction but they are different. So taking the vector p as I plus j plus k and vector q as 2i plus 2j plus 2k. Now the direction cosine of p are given by L equals to 1 upon under root 1 square plus 1 square plus 1 square, which is 1 upon root 3. M equals to 1 upon under root 1 square plus 1 square plus 1 square equals to 1 upon root 3. And n equals to 1 upon 1 square plus 1 square plus 1 square, that is 1 upon root 3. And the direction cosines of vector q will be equal to 2 upon under root 2 square plus 2 square plus 2 square, which is equal to again 1 upon root 3. Similarly, m is equal to 2 upon under root 2 square plus 2 square plus 2 square equals to 1 upon root 3. And n equals to 2 upon under root 2 square plus 2 square plus 2 square, which is equal to 1 upon root 3. So we can obviously see that the direction cosines of both the vectors p and q are same. Hence these two vectors have the same direction. Clear? So pause and note down the solution. Moving to question 6. Find the sum of the vectors, vector a, b and c. So we have the vector a equals to I minus 2j plus k, b equals to minus 2i plus 4j plus k, 5k, and c equals to I minus 6j minus 7k. So we have to find simply the sum. So we have to add the coefficients of I, j and k. So vector a plus vector b plus vector c will be equal to 1 minus 2 plus 1 into I plus minus 2 plus 4 minus 6 into j plus 1 plus 5 minus 7 into k, which is equal to minus 4j minus k. Clear? So pause and note down the solution. Next we have question 7. Find the unit vector in the direction of the vector a equals to I plus j plus 2k. So we have to find the unit vector. So let this given vector a is equal to I plus j plus 2k. So we need magnitude of a. So magnitude of a equals to under root 1 square plus 1 square plus 2 square, which is equal to root 6. So the unit vector a cap will be equal to vector a upon magnitude of vector a, that is I plus j plus 2k divided by root 6. So we get 1 upon root 6i plus 1 upon root 6j plus 2 upon root 6k. So this is the required unit vector. Clear? So pause and note down the solution. Moving to question 9. For given vector a, b, find the unit vector in the direction of a plus b. So we have to find the unit vector in the direction of a plus b. For that, first we need to find a plus b. So the vector a is equal to 2i minus j plus 2k, and vector b is equal to minus I plus j minus k. So finding vector a plus vector b, we get, that is adding the coefficients of I and j, we get 2 minus 1 into I plus minus 1 plus 1 j plus 2 minus 1 k, which is equal to I plus k. So the magnitude of vector a plus b will be equal to under root 1 square plus 1 square, that is root 2. So the unit vector in the direction of vector a plus vector b will be equal to vector a plus vector b divided by magnitude of vector a plus b, which is equal to I plus k upon root 2, that is 1 upon root 2 I plus 1 upon root 2 k. Clear? So pause and note down the solution. Next we have question 11. Show that the vectors 2i minus 3j plus 4k and minus 4i plus 6j minus 8k are collinear. So let the vectors are denoted by a is equal to 2i minus 3j plus 4k and vector b is equal to minus 4i plus 6j minus 8k. So we can simply write the vector b as minus 4i plus 6j minus 8k, taking minus 2 common, equals to minus 2 into 2i minus 3j plus 4k. So vector b will become minus 2 times of vector m, that is b is some scalar multiple of a where lambda is equal to minus 2. Hence the given vectors are collinear. Or you can simply find the ratio of the a1 upon a2 equals to b1 upon b2 equals to c1 upon c2. If these three ratios are equal, then also the vectors will be collinear. Clear? So pause and note down the solution. Moving to question 13. Find the direction cosine of the vector joining the points a 1 2 minus 3 and b minus 1 minus 2 1 directed from a to b. So we have 2 points and first we have to find the vector, and we have the formula for that. So the given point are a is equal to a 1 2 minus 3 and b minus 1 minus 2 1. So vector ab will be equal to minus 1 I plus minus 2 minus 2j plus 1 minus minus 3k. So we get vector ab equals to minus 2i minus 4j plus 4k. Now finding the magnitude. So the magnitude of vector ab equals to under root minus 2 square plus minus 4 square plus 4 square, which is equal to root 36 equals to 6. Hence the direction cosines are minus 2 upon 6, minus 4 upon 6 and 4 upon 6, which will be equal to minus 1 upon 3, minus 2 upon 3 and 2 upon 3. Clear? So pause and note down the solution. Moving to question 16. Find the position vector of the midpoint of the vector joining the points 2 3 4 and 4 1 minus 2. So let the position vector of the midpoint r of the vector joining the points p 2 3 4 and q 4 1 minus 2 is given by or vector equals to 2i plus 3j plus 4k plus 4i plus j minus 2k upon 2, which is equal to 2 plus 4 into I plus 3 plus 1 into j plus 4 minus 2 into k upon 2, which will be equal to 3i plus 2j plus k. Clear? So pause and note down the solution. Moving to question 17. Show that the points A, B and C with position vectors A 3i minus 4j minus 4k, B 2i minus j plus k and C I minus 3j minus 5k respectively form the vertices of a right angle triangle. So we have to show that these three vectors are the vertices of a right angle triangle. Now the position vectors of the points A, B, C are given by A is 3i minus 4j minus 4k, B is 2i minus j plus k and C is I minus 3j minus 5k. So vector AB will be equal to B minus A, that is 2 minus 3i plus minus 1 plus 4j plus 1 plus 4k equals to minus I plus 3j plus 5k. Similarly BC will be C minus B, which will give minus I minus 2j plus minus 6k, and CA vector will be equal to vector A minus C, that is 2i minus j plus k. Now magnitude of vector AB square equals to minus 1 square plus 3 square plus 5 square, which is equals to 35. Magnitude of BC square equals to minus 1 square plus minus 2 square plus minus 6 square, which is equal to 41. And magnitude of CA square equals to 2 square plus minus 1 square plus 1 square, which is equal to 6. So we can see that magnitude of AB square plus CA square equals to 35 plus 6, which is equal to 41, which is equal to magnitude of BC square. Hence by the converse of Pythagoras theorem, it will be a right angle triangle. Clear? So pause and note down the solution. With this, we end the exercise. So solve the remaining sums and don't forget to solve the examples given before the exercise. Thank you and all the best.